though, to potentially reveal or secure that's definitely going to be a support and off lane, or a support Moronilich and off lane Mars, valuing whether they want to get their 1 or 2 position next. They have last pick, so if they want to really set up as good of a matchup as possible against Quinn, they could get their 1 position here. Though Nine had a great job in the first game. Right.
Oh, they took the Invoker this time.
Okay. I mean, obviously Tornado EMP very valuable against the Wraith King. You see Snowball come in and all that. You can help disrupt a potential fight from breaking out and offer a lot of strong control.
You can see Quinn playing like what is his hero pool? Like Lina, Lesh, or like Kunkka. You need some sort of like I don't know if they really want Kunkka. Um, Lina, Lesh to kind of just shove them. They need some like magic or like AOE, some ability to burst right now. They have a lot of single target. They don't really have any AOE from Quincy crew.
Yeah. I was ready to throw like TA into that hat, but she does feel more on the single target side of things, not so much offers the AOE potential.
The TA can work, but you're really banking on just like obviously just snowballing and like.
Yeah.
Radiant team
The option will be
Oh,
TA. There it is. Well, they feel that Quinn will want to bounce back maybe after the laning phase in game 1 and really take it to the Invoker, given that seems to be the slotted matchup. And obviously she has survivability with the Refraction. You'll have Chen as your backup, and Tusk save even available. But you're right, it is a little single target. You know, Wraith King has to focus on someone, TA is focusing on someone else. Who's dumping in team fight really at all for Quincy crew?
They're expecting to really win their lanes, take Roshan, have full map control, and either like the first Aegis or second Aegis to just kind of like ending the game and kind of choking them out, and like just like I said, just winning their lanes is like very important for Quincy crew, and that's the strength of TA though, and like almost every aspect of the hero. And they banned Batrider by business here. So if they want to go like continue super snowballing, it's like one of those like beast. I think Beastmaster, but
yeah, Beastmaster would definitely provide the push so that when they farm up and win their lanes in mid game, they can try to steamroll through the game and close out sooner than later. Yeah. Other than that, they want to get that Legion commander. They value having the purge available to get rid of stuff from the arrow. Let's say.
If this was like EG, they would pick like Bristleback or something here. Cut the waves.
Oh yeah.
They don't have any heroes to kill them.
Lane cutting hero that can offer a little team fight. What about like a cute little Darkseer, huh? The pointy headed man. I think he's been thrown into the shadows as of the recent meta. Only
Darkseer doesn't really make that. I mean, it's pretty decent with Wraith King. But the hero is just, it's really hard to give this hero like a lane, and when you see a Lich, it's like you can't really lane Darkseer with Lich because he can just follow you, can't cut.
Oh wow! I mean that guy's in their shadows as well, but it is team fight. What they were lacking, the AOE, the team fight, the jump hero, as you just said. Now it's not just like hope Tusk gets a good snowball and we can start off of that. No, they need somebody to get in there, maybe isolate some backliners, cause some chaos, and then allow everyone else to run in there and do their job.
They definitely reversed the roles a little bit this time because it's like I kind of vetoed off Quinn playing these like carries in mid lane because he usually plays more of the control hero and these team fight heroes, and Mojo usually plays the more of like the semi carry kind of like role with like, or I mean with Beast and like Legion, like these farm dependent heroes. And now like you can see like this game like they kind of reversed the roles a little bit. Because it's been a while since Quinn's played this hero, and they just leave the hard carry all up in Yawar for Yawar.
Yeah, it feels like it's a couple of steps back almost. Not to say that stepping back is a bad thing, but what we were normally seeing from them, like I feel like Wraith King single, like keep his head down, farm up, and show up in the later game and entrust the other 4 to snowball and divert attention. That's like the old trusty. It's certainly what we saw in a lot of American Dota. While others, segue and we see OGs like heavy fight, heavy push, and then all this healing, sustain, gathering Chen's coming into business. So people are just kind of metamorphing their styles a bit more, or maybe they're just trying to flex that they can play these different styles and test their opponents on the game. But They round out with a Slardar here on the side of Business Associates. Is that a Moo Slardar? A
It is a
Moo
moose.
carry Slardar? That is a classic, right? Oh my
That's a
God.
classic.
That's a
It's a classic.
classic. That's a
That is a classic.
classic. Oh my goodness. We're in for a treat. The Moo Slardar. Jimmy, thoughts on the Moo Slardar? How deep is that in the Business Associates playbook?
I mean, it's in there. It's,
Couple of
it's in
pages
his
deep.
arsenal. I mean, he's gonna win his lane, right? But I think that's what they have a priority in focusing on.
Yeah.
It's just he really wants to win his lane, and this game's kind of hard because it's like they don't really have the best answer for this TA. If he gets out of control, it comes down to laning, right? And even if he doesn't have that great of a laning, it's like I'm afraid of like this, like he's gonna farm the jungle and then like he maxes out his refraction, get his blink and death zone. It's just like he'll always be able to escape because Invoker he can't use his tornado. Like they can't really combo him.
Mm-hmm.
He'll always be able to get like his blink dagger off later, and I think Business is gonna have a pretty above average like laning stage, but when it comes to like this mid game, it's just gonna be pretty difficult.
Definitely feels like both sides are putting a lot into their lanes and hope that they can ride off the coattails of a strong laning phase, winning at least 2 of their 3 lanes, and then, pushing off of that. I'm not anticipating we're going to be in for another 60 to 70 minute game. If we are, then something has gone horribly wrong.
Yeah, if Invoker actually gets out of control and he just snowballs and does really well in his lanes and is able to like have this like amazing rotations and they play around this hero, then I think like Nine can just win this game by himself as well.
Nine did have a real good game number 1 against Quinn's mid lane here. So
Quinn's angry now though.
Quinn's angry. Yeah, I would not put past Quinn as a guy who wants to run it back and make a statement, if you will.
It's like I lost to a European player with 100 ping. That's ridiculous, preposterous. This is my time to shine now.
Is Death Prophet, you think, easier or harder to play on ping?
He's one of the easier heroes because he has like a nuke.
Yeah.
And he has pretty high base damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like when it comes to like say playing spirit heroes like Storm, Ember, all of these heroes that are like that revolve around like clutch stuff. It's pretty hard to play.
Invoker's got to be somewhere in the middle of that, right? I mean, you kind of need timing to invoke some spells. I'm not an Invoker player myself. I didn't even play it back in Dota 1 when it was like 1,000 spells. But
I think just Ice Wall, if anything. Everything else is like it's not that bad.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say it's easy. It's not that bad. The Ice Wall I think is a little difficult because you need to get like it has to be fast, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Run in, run out.
All right, so Business will hold the northern half of the bounties while we see Quincy crew take up the bottom half. Let's get into it here. Beyond the Summit Pro Series playoff action. Game number 1 going the way of Quincy crew in this best of 3. After this series, there's more Dota to come. We're going to remain in the upper bracket of the playoffs and watch the other round 1 matchup. It will be Evil Geniuses versus Crazy. That should be a hype time as well.
Nice. So they're actually going for aggro tri-lane here from Quincy crew. Sand King soloing his top lane, at least being able to give him a game.
Yeah. Don't get to see the aggro lanes a whole lot often. It feels not all in, but they have to feel pretty confident in this setup, and obviously it needs to succeed. When it doesn't succeed, it feels that much worse here. Viver is just trying to flex out his early tag team, but Moo has got the bash level 1 and doesn't care about no tag team. Takes it right back to Viver.
They tried to pull the lane back, but unfortunately they had 2 creeps there still. If they're able to get the lane back there, they actually just would have won the lane by itself, but Business was able to hold the lane. Quinn almost died.
Yeah, I was just going to say, barely lives on. It looks like he was way in the mix trying to get as much CS as he possibly could. Wants that start 6-0 to Invoker's 2-1 in the first wave, but almost cost him his life getting in so much CS.
Moose is just trying to maximize his levels right now by just airing some creeps and giving the solo XP to...
Exactly. I mean, that's nice for MSS too, though. I mean, he should kind of get a little bit of his own. Brack's certainly going to be fine, but I imagine we're not going to see too much action happening there at the top. The action's actually down here, folks, so we'll move the camera over here where we unfortunately did miss first blood, as it is going to be Fear grabbing up Yawar. That's not good. That's your tri-lane core falling.
Yeah, Brax is having a
Oh my goodness, I just
nice
barely catch the
arrow.
back into that. It looks like Moose sets up a wonderful arrow in the mid lane and gets out Quinn. All right, hold on. Let me get a sip of this Monster Java, folks, and I'll get the camera back going.
Had my focus game back up too. I was watching.
I know.
The top lane is 12-8 against the Sand King. He just got 2 creeps right now. It's 3-0. He's getting absolutely destroyed right now.
Yeah, I'm
in his laning.
eating my words right now. Mojo is not getting his own in the laning phase. He is getting schooled for the time being by Brax. So not a great start for Quincy crew. All across the board, losing Wraith King bottom, getting drowned out top, and Quinn going down mid lane. Bad news here. They are going to make the jump for Moo. Moo does get the Frost Shield. They really want to make this work, but they can't get it done.
There's a salve, and Mirana finally makes his way towards bottom. You know, he made a play mid, arrowed some creeps out of the neutrals. They're looking to make another play right now once Moo is a little bit more healthy.
There's not mana on Biver. He does have the Mango in case something does go down. But Arrow finds its mark onto SVG. They hit him with the Frost Blast at that same moment. The Snowball, long and delayed to try to bail him out, and it looks like it will be good enough.
Nice play there by Biver, heads up.
Yep.
It's really quick on the Snowball there.
Yeah, and a nice little save, but pressure on. Mirana remains to make appearances from lane to lane and could catch others off guard. Quinn on the fight back in this mid lane, retains his CS a bit, but is falling behind now on the XP because of that takedown. I do not want to leave too far from this mid or bottom lane. That's where the action is going to be at.
Yeah, keeping an eye on everything here too.
Yeah, doubling up still CS in that top lane Mars onto Mojo's Sand King. And we're just going to get a full experience here through the bottom lane. Moo is rotating over, looking for that possibly magical shot, or the, oh no, it was the rune, and it's top. Quinn will get the haste rune top. Neither mid laner has a bottle though, so.
Top lane though, wow, Brax is just completely free farming here on top lane.
Yeah, Mojo crawling his way back, but certainly pales in comparison to where Brax currently stands. So, okay, Quinn using that haste rune, shoving 9 back. Moose is going to slowly creep over and keep Quinn in check. The tornado arrow, nice.
There's refraction in 3 seconds. 2.
Oh, the miss, uphill miss.
One,
Not quite enough.
1 second. 1 second left of the refraction.
Not gonna make it. That's 2 takedowns for Quinn.
CG with the quarter kill.
Oh, top lane. Brax solos down MSS.
Braxton Paulson, and with the bounty rune secured as well. And his lane is shoving in. That's, oh my gosh, this Sand King is really sad right now.
Bottom. Looks like they'll get the jump on for Fear. It does cost SVG as Moose sweeps in from behind. Fear will get the last hit on that one just before he falls.
4 bounties for, no, 3 bounties for business here.
The prize is mine.
Oh my goodness, and away we go. Quite ridiculous how much action we're already unfolding. Was not expecting Brax to get the solo kill even before the level 6. Now he is level 6, so by the time Mojo comes back, just being level 4, he's in a bit of an awkward spot. Does he have Sandstorm? Yeah, he doesn't have Sandstorm to farm up the jungle. So he's got to do a pull and get it done the old-fashioned way.
He's really sad right now, that's for sure. Yeah, right now they're just making sure this TA doesn't get completely out of control. Should buy a sentry for mid so he doesn't have all these traps set up for him as well. Moose is going to look for another potential kill here at bottom. They do have vision on him now this time around.
Yeah. Not looking to get caught off guard as easily, but nice snowball to dodge the arrow. I was going to say, but when you're slowed, even if you know it's coming, it could be hard to sidestep the arrow, but a snowball will be forced out. But, you know, this is the Quincy tri-lane on the defensive.
Yeah, despite the tri-lane, Moo actually got a lot out of it still.
Yeah.
Level 5 already. It's very, very strong with that bracer as well. TP coming out now. Tuskar and top lane. I don't know if this is actually a kill. He's really strong on Mars. It's level 7. I think Brack should actually, he's very high level right now. I don't think he should keep like Moon top. He should like him and Mirana with the Invoker should just pressure in this mid tower. With the Cyclone into Arena, like this TA will die. Like this Sand King, he doesn't have a game already, and just giving him like 1 or 2 waves, it's not really gonna be super game changing at all. Just at least to force some sort of pressure onto the map instead of kind of keeping this lane like these lanes static.
At the time, though, they're not doing any movement away from that top lane. Quinn takes a moment to sidestep and go for some jungle farm. He's welcome back with that Tornado EMP and Fraction. Moose will continue to move around. Looks like he found a creep. That's going to be a sentry ward down. Nice little snag for him.
This ward here by Quincy on bottom is like very game winning for them. They feel there it is.
Oh, they'll take care of it. Yeah, he pinged out before. He knew that they seemed to be privy to Moo's movement. Yeah. So good heads up there.
And they're like, all right, yours. Like I'm out of here. I'm gonna farm the jungle.
Yeah, all right.
And there it is. This is the play I was kind of mentioning. Braxy's looking into a potential rotation in mid, but it's like T is not in the lane anymore. It was when like the lane is like shoved into their tower in the tier 1. You can set up with the Cyclone into TPing in Arena.
Well, they're invading. It was pinged out. I don't know if they saw 9, who had recently picked up the DD rune. But Quinn makes his return to the mid lane. Has SVG just behind him if something was to break out. But without an opportunity, like as you mentioned, Brax will take his business back up to that top lane, where he still has a lot of free farm for himself.
Yeah, he's pretty farm. They have very high levels. The important thing here. And Quincy is just, they're 5-manning their own jungle. They're just they're smoking actually now. I'm trying to make a play with Sand King. I want to kill this Invoker.
Invoker actually going on the offensive himself, committing out the Tornado EMP. What he may not know is the rest of Quincy are coming in from behind. They will stun up the Invoker and finish him off. No Ice Armor going to be good enough to finish it. And here comes Moon now sliding in with Brax in the arena. They put their focus onto Quinn and get their own bit of redemption. Follow up onto SVG. And they will make it a 2-for-2 exchange.
It's very nice. Very even trade-off as well. Invoker and TA about the same net worth and same levels.
Oh, Moo wants a piece of the king. He doesn't have level 6 yet. And with everybody rotating towards that mid lane, doesn't anticipate there'll be too many reinforcements.
Yeah, Yoar doesn't want to be anywhere close to where this Slardr's at, because he just kicks him out of the lane entirely. So Moo's actually level 7 now, and Wraith King's level 5.5.
TP's up to the top lane where he'll continue to pressure. The rest of his team now converging potentially onto this mid lane where Quinn is still at, but they do have that ward on the side of the mid lane. I'm not sure if they saw that movement.
The only problem with what Business has is, like, in comparison, is like if they get these kills, taking towers for them is like objective-wise, it's very slow, right? They don't have this Chen, they don't have this Beast or like Wraith King or whatever, But for like Quincy, it's like whenever they get a kill, they're able to pressure this tower. Pressure any towers, like, and they don't really have like the only objective that they can really take on Business is like Roshan because of the power of Slardar. And they have to really use the siege here at this 10 minutes, so they should, what they're doing already, they're surrounding this tower because that's the only real way that they're able to take towers.
Yep, I don't know how well Quincy can hold the line. They're not going to have access to some of their support ultis yet. MSS shows up and nearly gets taken out. Snowball to bail him out from trouble.
Does that work? The Sand King, he could burrow strike out of arena, right?
I would imagine so.
You're going under.
Under the arena? You have to go over. I guess under works too.
You can fly over it, so I assume you can dig under. Yeah, so they identified like how important the siege is for to at least pressure the siege. In all of this, it's like they're able to do that in Chaos, or Quincy was able to defend with 3 heroes. Wraith King gets a free tower while TA is farming the jungle.
They'll make him pay. He didn't even level the ult yet, but will not need to. Oh, he actually pops the wand, and he'll have plenty of mana. Still doesn't even find it necessary. Able to hide within the trees, and now on the retreat without the safety of the tier 1. Here comes Quincy. They got the dust. Ready to go. And they will muscle down Brax.
I think Brax just felt like he was dead, so he didn't use his second spell, the rebuke. Otherwise, like the Wraith King would have died there. Vessel's almost finished here on Invoker now as well.
Obviously, a very nice, potent item to have in this game when you're going against the Chen and the sustain that he will bring throughout the game, and his Hand of God and his mech / Greaves, and even the life leech of Yawar will be hindered a bit by that. I see Aghanim Scepter queued up for Mu and his Slardar. Puddle of water that is considered a river movement and bonus.
Yeah, I mean, they just want another hero that can just frontline, where if he's just standing in this puddle, like, they can't just burst him down. And super tanky with all the physical, it gives him all that bonus armor. I think it's like 12 armor or something.
Ooh, not quite there with the rebuke. On mid lane, they're back again. Round number 2 to pressure this tier 1 tower. Nemesis tries to burrow away, but has no more mana. Has the 20 charges, uses it. But they don't really have an answer to stop this siege.
That's kind of what I was mentioning. I mean, their answer is just the fact that business's sieging is just not great, not the greatest, right? They don't have heroes that can just take down towers quickly, and
it's tedious and slow, and Yawar can keep farming.
Identified that by just like showing like, hey, I only need to bring 2 or 3 heroes, and all of that. They were bringing 4 heroes from business, and on Quincy, like TA's free farming. Wraith King was kind of he was a little kicked out, but he's still farming the jungle a bit. But this TA is like, the real carry who's going to be snowballing.
Oh. Quick snipe onto Fear. He kind of miscalculated the easy finish and gets hit with the gaze, if you will, the stare.
That was a really nice side blade by Quinn, though. And Yawar is 1,000 away from his relic now.
Mu's letting him know that they're watching, but don't really have a way to jump his majesty quite yet.
So Yawar's smart. He's playing under his tower, TPing towards the Ancient now. And what Quinn's doing is like good, because he's pressuring the enemy by taking the enemy jungle and not taking his jungle, just to give space for Yawar.
Here comes the Moonlight Shadow gank. Mu from behind. Oh. Spots out the sentry, knows that the jig is up, doesn't want to consider going cross lane and scoping out that high ground. They'll use this brief window to finish out the tier 1 finally. Takes them 3 tries to move in. It's obviously their more difficult sieging capability.
Yeah, Quinn was also able to get another tier 2 there. It's like, Quincy Crew's like, they're honestly fine having this chill game and like delaying the towers as much as possible without throwing bodies to feed, because it's like, they know they are going to scale better, infinitely times better, by just farming. And, farming with their cores and defending, with these 3 heroes. It's just because it's like they have a starter that's like their carry starter. And on business side, they feel very like antsy, like thinking like, hey, if we don't get these kills, like we're going to feel pressured when it comes down to like late game. And they need to constantly be pressuring and like killing these enemy heroes. And that's what they're going to feel good about with the lineup that they have.
So what is it that they're waiting for to kind of make that call? Is it the Ags? Is it Mars having a way to jump into the fight? We had to hold that thought a moment. Bit of harassment here onto MSS, but still Mu has no way to really get in there. Can't get the corrosive haze off or the vision, and we'll have to backpedal again to the woods. What is it that business want to get before they come together and try to strike?
They want to finish off the Ags and Slardar, maybe getting his level 12 as well, and then getting Roshan and forcing a fight there. Unfortunately, the Sen can just finish the Blink now. The moment he finishes Blink, they make a smoke play, and they want to be able to use this Blink Dagger and get a fast kill out of it. And they're going to kill their highest net worth hero, which is attempting on Slardar.
They
don't know that this Blink. Yeah.
You want to put some use out of it just after purchase. One creep will be sacrificed.
Mo just kind of, he has his epi now. He just got his level. It's like he was level 9. He didn't have his ulti.
They're very cautious about their approach, not looking to just make a careless jump in onto business here.
Yeah, they definitely don't want to force it. And there's a jump.
Oh, isolate Fear and then make the jump onto Mu. The counter jump in from Brax, committing out the arena. They focus on the MSS and they'll blast him down. Follow up for Tusk, also going to be successful. Fear dives in with a Chains Frost. Oh God, SPG! Gets a couple of bounces. hits to the tornado, and we'll be finished too. A double kill for Brax on that one. You know, all the meanwhile, Wraith King still farms up elsewhere, and even Quinn not participating too much in that.
Here's the Roshan. He's finishing up his Ags in like 100 gold. I was just about to say, you know, Mojo's being very like he's very thoughtful and being considerate of like how he's being very patient, and in the end I think he just got a little impatient there, just kind of jumped the gun thinking that he was able to kill, but it kind of, you know, wasn't really in their favor there. Should have been a little bit more patient. You need to be able to start off with this epi, because he was jumping in anticipating like maybe this TA has a blink dagger too, but he had to run into the fight and, you know, hit him, and you need to be able to burst them by like jumping together and synergizing with your heroes.
Quincy now back and respawn from that little skirmish. Obviously see nobody's defending the bottom lane, so have to know that business should be inside the Roche pit. As you mentioned, very important Roche pit for them. Nice Aegis to have. They are in a good power peak, if you will, having the Aegis, or having the Aghanim's rather, complete onto Mu. He will also be the one to pocket the Aegis. You know, we have to see if they're going to have enough firepower to take it to Quincy. In particular, Yawar, 2 lives of that.
Well, bottom lane here, Brax spots out the TA. He doesn't have blink dagger.
Way committed deep. Quinn gazed up. Oh, arrow not going to be there, and he manages to TP away. Quinn even throws the tip to Fear. Maybe should have tipped moves on that one, unfortunately, as the arrow just sidestepped it. Maybe the gaze pull also. It's very rough, very unfortunate.
If he used his rebuke, he would have got hit by the arrow after. But yeah, that was such a big kill, honestly. That was so big.
Going to be a bit disheartening there for business. They have to see what else they can get. Quinn's back at the top lane. They ping him out. It's hard for Mu to get into action here. He needs that blink. He cues it up next. He's just going to walk in slowly. Does get the crush, but has to be careful. Quinn's got firepower himself with that Deso, but as I say that, Brax moves in, takes Tomb with the spear. Nice stun from Mojo, committing in, and now big Chain Frost on the fire back. Mu barely surviving, is able to muscle down and finish MSS. Quinn hits the deck. Yawar on the run, has 2 low of mana, and has to retreat. When the dust does settle, it is a 2-for-2 exchange, a core and a support apiece, but you know, losing Quinn, that's gotta hurt.
Insane regen by Mu there. Like, he was so close to finishing off his Radiance, but Radiance is now finished off now. Let's see. Still have Aegis, right? Yeah, he still has his Aegis as well. He's closing up on his blink now.
That blink will definitely be
Something a kill here on bottom lane.
Snowball catching moves after the leap. Follow up burrow.
Wow.
Death with honor as Mirana goes down. Mu's not quite able to accumulate the amount of farm from the previous game, but still trying to hang in there. Has sledded out for the Solar Crest this game. Really wants to amplify Mu as much as possible.
They're looking to try to kill this Wraith King again. Invoker's here. Starter's not here yet, so...
Ooh. Jumping from Brax, but a bit of a misplay as he was already up in the tornado from 9. They hit Fiverr with this Vessel. Tried to go for the shard block out, but...
Yeah. So, what Chaos or Quincy still wants to do is just farm the map, get their items. TA really wants his BKB, because he's still kind of unable to fight unless they're able to get like key pickoffs when if BA is not grouped up.
Trouble for SVG, he gets surrounded. Yep.
It's like the problem is like, I mean, this is all what business can do. It's because like if they're able to get a tower and use their sieges to take down these towers, then they can do it. But otherwise, they're just gonna be killing and just controlling the map and continue snowballing and have a huge net worth advantage. Because like we kind of mentioned before, it's like their tower taking skills. It's not really that great. And you know, Quincy can just continue farming the map until they hit their key item timings. Ooh. Top lane.
Yeah, Quinn blinks back, avoids the initial spear jump from Brax, but now the arena follow-up, and with the spear vessel, both of them ganging up on her. Yeah, it's all but certain. And, Fear, he's been waiting for that one. He wanted to tip Quinn right back, even though he wasn't there. He's the hype man to be like, we got you.
Brax does. I didn't realize, but he did buy. Fear bought it. He bought an early gem, I think, to get rid of all the vision that they have. And I think Quinn realized that too. Otherwise, he just would have been able to meld and wait for his next refraction to get out of there. That's pretty nice, being able to deward everything. This is what they need to do. They need to control this map. They need to get rid of the vision, and because Quincy's just trying to dodge everything that they can right now, unless they're able to split them up and get key pickoffs with the Sand King and TA with their blink daggers.
Moose ventures down south to see what's going on, but runs into trouble. Quincy didn't jump onto taking the outpost yet. It may have been too much of a red flag, and now the follow-up's going to be here. The business crew show up. And not just get one, but looks like they will score both support kills. Moo taking that one now, dominating on his Slardar. They're running around and they're finding little pickoffs, but they're deep on their side of the map. So by the time they get these pickoffs, they have to run all the way back across the river to the other side to try to get those +1 objectives.
Yeah, Quincy feels a little bit pressured now, but they... Yawar.
Oh, wow, they caught out Yawar here. Good damage, but Quinn just takes it right to 9, and he is just trucking him down. 2 more shots should do it, but Fear with the bailout into the Moose stun. 9 going to be fine. Finds a corner to hide in. Yawar wants to chase him down and burn him out if possible. And Quinn is going to end up being dropped. Yawar fights it forward, gets the finish of Invoker, but then Brack steps in, is able to finish out his first life. Yawar tries to duke it out 1v1, but now Moo comes in after finishing out that recent skirmish, and they finish off Yawar. And they're going to get more from it. The supports who were in the neighborhood nearly caught out, and that is a 4-for-2 exchange for Business Associates, the most prominent fight of this one so far, and they get a good trade from it.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Business surrounding that. Really clutch play by Fear, especially delaying. Invoker ended up dying still, but they were able to kite him, protect him for enough for him to still get his spells off to help kill the Wraith King, and then TA died in return as well. But if Invoker did die there, then I think TA would have been able to survive. So it was really good positioning and being able to connect as fast as they did with their heroes. And I didn't notice Mojo actually used his epicenter there too. I didn't really see it there.
I mean, either.
I don't know if he even got off or he canceled or something. But again, they're ready. They reset it. They have no time to farm. They can't hit creeps. They need to be chasing these heroes around the map and continue controlling this game.
Yeah, it's not like they have too many high cooldowns. By the time they shake off the previous fight, they should be able to come back together and take it to Quincy crew. Keep
they
them
did see the
pressured.
smoke though.
Oh, they saw that smoke? Was it under that ward? Okay.
Yeah, they had a ward.
All right. Let's see what they can do with that bit of information. They're waiting on the low ground, but how Quincy were able to turn the corner. Oh, ambitious jump from Moo, hoping to scout them out. But Quincy understand that the jig is up, and they try to retreat. But are there going to be stragglers here? Oh, they caught out MSS with the spear through the trees, and they're going to take the Sand King out. Big arena jumping comes out from Brax, and they annihilate the Chen. Fiverr will be next, and suddenly 3 hit the deck.
The wars. Yeah, again, it's like that's all they can do is just keep killing until they have like 20k or 15k kind of netward swing with the Roshan, and then they'll be able to high ground. But until then, like taking tier 1s and their outer towers. Even then, their outer towers is a little difficult unless they have siege, which the siege has been coming up for 25 minutes right now, which is bottom lane.
Yeah, Moo already there. Couple rotations here now. SPG just showed up. They got Quinn.
They see that Mirana is showing towards top now. They can't. They're looking. Quinn's actually. They're taking.
They're recalling another. They're gonna really try to get the jump onto Moo here. And there they bring MSS, and he's able to step in front and get the stun. They finally take down that pesky Moo Slardar, and he hands over that 7 times bounty.
That's honestly how fast like kind of Quincy plays. It's like the moment that one person shows on the other side of the map, they're ready to jump the person that's like showing, and they're just grouping up. Because it's like they have nothing, like you see both sides of Business Associates, the Mirana and Invoker both TP on the outpost, but that takes like 6 and 7 seconds respectively, and they are unable to connect. And I think Moo like didn't respect where his kind of teammates were at the moment, and that's what kind of costed his death.
Where they're at and the time it would take for them to respond if something were to happen. And
you see the difference here. It's like Chaos. keep saying that. Quincy is like able to get a kill, and they're able to get objectives out of it and have a lot of map control. In comparison, it's like, you know, you get kills and you just have to keep killing, and that doesn't always feel that great unless, like I said, you have like a 10-15k like net worth advantage.
All right, they smoke right on mid lane. I don't think there was any vision there for business to see what's happening, and 9 could get jumped. There's the blink in, there's the burrow. They're looking to burst him down. Mirana gonna commit the Moonlight Shadow. Arena dumped down by Brax. Big Chain Frost bounces out and finishes off SVG on the back lines, but he was still able to get off that hand of God. And now business comes trekking on forward. Yawar backs off a bit. And where's Quinn? Quinn is way out and back. He's like, we're done here. Let's go.
Yeah, 2 supports for Core Invoker. That's like, it's they feel nice about it. That's the beauty of what Quincy's lineup is capable of doing with this TA and Sand King. That whoever they jump with on top of the tag team, they're just gonna melt. And the only save that they have is they don't have any 4 steps yet. So the only real save is just kind of like a frost armor, a frost shield. So they're looking to the next objective right now, which is Roshan. That's one objective that they can do very, very quickly, with Solar Crest being finished up as well. This is a late spawn Roshan, 30 more seconds.
Yeah, and Moo spotted out Fiverr and Crossing, jumping from Quinn. Arena going to be committed. They try to burst the Slardar. He gets that frost armor, and he just runs out from the arena down south to make it away from potential trouble. Brax tries to hold them back. Retreats to the stairs. Yawar on the chase. Pops his BKB and keeps trekking. Oh, big crit there. He needs more of that. Ice Ball not going to stop his majesty as he slices down Mars, forces him to take a knee. Moose could be next. Somehow managed to leap inside the pit.
Roshan just spawned too.
Yep, and Quincy just clear out the area and say, we're going to take Roche for ourselves.
Yeah, it has to buy back for this. He can't give up Roche. This Roshan is like very, very important for business here.
Absolutely. Their high tempo lineup can't afford to hand that insurance to Quincy and allow them the extra time. A nice quick jump in onto Quinn. Could be trouble, and they wipe him out. Hard strike from business as they also score the Fiverr takedown, and they have to backpedal. Now, do business want to keep pursuing here or just double backing and take the Roche? Oh, they could still get more. They find SVG, and they'll take that one too. You can see Yawar already heads down south.
We see Yawar with that ward. They're mass TPing right now.
Oh, he's TPing out though.
Yawar with the map awareness.
Damn.
Oh, it's because they see him too, because they have a ward on their high ground.
Yes, area. Right here. Yep.
Clutch. But now that gives them Roshan.
Yeah.
So what actually happened there was Quinn misclicked. He double tapped his TP, and then he ran out of mana to use his refraction, and he wasn't able to use his meld anymore either. But I think if he was able to get his refraction there, none of that situation would have happened. He would have been able to get out.
Yeah. He's working on that BKB. Obviously would be a big tool to have in this fight, but still a ways off. And business will be able to score their Roche, and it's also 30-minute bounties.
Kiros almost finished on Slardar as well. Yawar really needs an armor item, because once Moo finishes his Kiros, like, he has super negative armor. He only has 11 armor right now.
Yeah, pretty weak. It looks like, yeah, he does have the AC queued up, so good answer for that. Because
he is level 20 now, so he doesn't really die to EMP anymore. That's nice. So, like, yeah, I think business still the same thing. They do have sieges out, so maybe they will consider making a plan around these to at least be able to pressure some sort of towers. And for Quincy, they think they feel good. They're ready to fight now because they have their BKB timings. And what they really want to do is, like I've mentioned already, like Mojo and Quinn, they're just gonna focus on one target, which is the general squishy targets. They can kill Mars as well, but like the Mirana, the Lich, and Invoker is their main priority. If they're able to jump him with both of these, he will die. On top of like a Tuskar snowballing in with a punch.
Here comes business.
Alright, this is gonna be a 5v5 fight here.
Yawar is right there. Looks pretty juicy. The jump in from Moo. The Brax follow-up puts him up against the wall. Fiverr trying to get in there, gets cold snapped immediately. Yawar backs out. Mojo, epicenter on the back lines. It looks like he was not able to get in. Blink may have been canceled.
It wasn't canceled. He didn't want to show it. And then he
Oh, I
decided
see. Kept it back instead. Moo now getting jumped, but still holds strong. That regen just so ridiculous with the ice armor. This Slardar just muscles it out. Quinn with that BKB, though, able to survive. Gets the refraction and blinks back indoors. Moo will settle for SVG instead. And they only take Viver in addition to that. It forces his buyback. And they are going to be able to get a tier 2.
And there's like I said, they're only able to take towers with these sieges, and he wants to impede the Slardar.
Lacrity. Slardar just chipping away at the tower.
Dire's structures are fortified.
He's able to sustain here. No FP.
Yeah, that 54 regen at the moment for Moo. Rax moves forward, throws out the spear, but the racks are going down. Not too much urgency at the moment from Quincy to defend.
War's not even there, man. He's like, I'm out. I need a farm.
I mean, Wraith King game, he understands that Rax has to go as part of the greater good. So, all right, Business Associates strike first inside the base. Take out the bottom lane set of racks.
Yawar shoved in 2 lanes in the meantime, so that's good. If he didn't really shove in the mid lane, I think Business would have continued and went high ground in the mid tier 1 as well.
And where are we at with the Aegis? Obviously the timing getting there a bit. Is there any interest in Quincy crew doing anything, trying to take a fight during the expiration of the Aegis? Or should they still prolong things as much as possible?
They can't prolong any longer. So Kyros is going to be finished on Yawar in 1 creep. And Aegis is running out in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Yeah, 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Might see, not desperation, but Business really hustling around here to see what they can get out of this 1 minute window maybe. Outpost top.
Yeah, but Moo is really tanky now because they were thinking of trying to burst him because it's kind of easy without his BKB, but he has a Sliver and a Kyros now, which on top of his Ags buff just makes him super tanky.
Yeah, it's tricky. What do you think the Quincy crew priority should be on who they try to focus? So, well, move and move.
They will still kill whoever's out of position. They can kill the Slardar. It's not like he's unkillable. His Aegis is out in 30 seconds, so I assume that they do have a timer on it.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get him a little bit low, and maybe Business doesn't, and they're going to take advantage of that. They're just poking at him until then.
Repair kit on the tower to try to take back any damage that had been done as they stall out just a few more seconds for this Aegis.
Should be out now, I think.
And look at Chaos there, or Quincy, they're coming to the high ground. There it goes. Aegis has expired, but Moo has made his move onto Yawar. It looks like Business know the Aegis is gone, and that might be why they want to withdraw here.
And they built a lot of armor with the Shivas, Kyros, even Ghost Scepter to mitigate a lot of the physical damage that Chaos is throwing out there. So it's very crucial that Mojo, the Sand King, comes out and gets an epi, because all of the fights and the engagement they've had so far, it's epi hasn't been used, or it's been canceled, or whatever reason it may be. But there's been no epicenters yet.
And it's not like there's a pipe or anything on the Business's side, so Magic could definitely bring some pain.
But even then, if he's able to get some good burrow strikes and multiple targets in the fights, and him and TA jumping together alongside with this Tuskar for the tag team buff, it's like they will be able to burst them down despite how much armor that they do have. Because he does have a Solar Crest as well.
Business caping the pressure forward, though, as they get this mid lane push back. Top lane is pushed all the way back to the base. You are working with the bottom lane in the meantime, unless they feel it's necessary to bring His Majesty back to the base for the defense. Moo goes in with the early jump and gets back to chipping away at the tower, this time without the luxury of the Aegis. So swing and a miss from MSS on that burrow. Blinks back. Yawar TPing right into the front lines. Gets welcomed with a Vessel.
Oh, nice purge creep by SVG, actually. He has a purge creep and a frost arm. Oh, it died. Just kidding.
Now it just has the Purge creep.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And BKB now complete. Oh, I move. It's on the way. But you can feel that, business know that they want to close this one out. They keep the pressure forward as much as possible. They've sent moves down bottom to deal with the bottom lane. They see moves bottom, and, as we've seen, that's when Quincy make an advancement here. They're wrapping all the way around. Oh, I thought they were going to make a jump in, but they're just creeping out.
Both teams are really just playing around and for the next Roshan.
About 30 seconds,
Mode.
it may respawn.
They have 2 smokes on their side right now, and actually this is an early Roshan spawn. It's spawning in 15 seconds. They still have a cheese on Mars as well. Like, they're not really playing for any more items because I think they kind of hit all of their key items already. I mean, Yawar is going for a nullifier, but it's still going to take him some time.
Oh, it's actually another 2 minutes and 30 seconds for that Roche, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
They go back to the top lane, and Moo is just going in. No one's here to defend it. So he gets a clean tier 3 and 1 Rax.
He does no damage on him.
All right, Spear from Brax. Double Burrow from MSS. Hand to God, and oh my God, Quinn is dead and gone, no buyback. 80 seconds, just like that. Oh, Yawar could be next. Moo just going on an assault right now. Puts his Majesty down, and he still has the BKB. Yawar is getting bashed up and can't do anything. He is stuck inside. He has to retreat. MSS gets blasted down. 3 hit the deck, and Business taking another set of racks. They're feeling super confident. Full all chat.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Both of them not fighting me. They're really feeling themselves right now for sure.
I think that might be it. I mean, Yawar knows he can't defend it all. He's already running down south.
They're gonna play for Megas or GG.
Nope, they're not. They're going to GG. We're going to go to a game 3. Well played by Business. Obviously much faster type of lineup. The Moose Lardar, always a pleasure. May have been deep in the playbook there, Demon, but hey, it worked.
I know that's one of his signature carry. I mean, Moo's the type of player. He likes playing these like unorthodox, like unconventional kind of carries, and when you're able to pull it off, it really catches the opponents kind of off guard and like what to really do because they're not used to playing with these kinds of carries in the game, right? And it's a different kind of pace as well. Because most of the games it's like you're able to have heroes that you get kills around the map and you're able to take objectives after it. And this game, it's like they identified like we can't really take objectives unless we use like certain timers, such as like the sieges, which I kind of mentioned. Like most of the team fights they did win, and they had a siege around to honestly or objectively like take towers. But they just kept running around. They never hit neutrals. They identified like they were in a lane. They hit neutrals for like once or twice. Like, hey, this is the wrong play. They identified that, and they were able to just chase these heroes all around the map. And I think for Quincy, they just got a little impatient. They finished the Blink Dagger on like Sand King, and I really think what he did that one in mid when he jumped in and they lost 3 heroes, really lost their snowball and all of the momentum that they had in the game, and because of that, Business really took advantage of that and snowballed their way to their win.
Yeah, I mean, Business's lineup was volatile in the sense that they obviously kind of had to play against the clock. You're not looking to go late game against the Wraith King. But there is also a volatile timing for Quincy, as you're talking about. The 4 outside of Wraith King, are they going to get to enough potential that they can hold the line or cause enough problems for Wraith King to really farm up and be that late game problem? But because of the laning setup, MSS was definitely put in check and had a difficulty getting to that blink that much sooner and being that factor. SVG also being put in check a lot early on in the fights, was not there to be able to sustain the team. And, Quinn... we don't often see Quinn go 2-8-6 in these games, so his TA, hit pretty hard, but was not able to be effective as a big threat at all in that 4-stack. So props to Business Associates, and we're going to be in for a real treat. It's game number 3 of our first playoff match. I'm excited about it, and you should be too. So stay tuned. We have more Beyond the Summit Pro Series action sponsored by Monster. See you soon.